All right, it's going.
All right. Hey, Nolan. Thanks for being able to get on this call. We'll go ahead and get right started with the questions. So my first question for you is, what made you stand out from the other employees at your previous job?
So I think that I stand out from some of my other employees because of my flexibility and my leadership in the workplace. There were a lot of days that I had to put in a lot of extra hours and come in on my off days to help out when we were short staffed and take a stand up to help out the operation.
Good, good. Yeah, it's always good to see people that care about the company, right, and are willing to do that kind of thing. So why do you want to work for this company specifically?
So I want to continue working for Unify because I've seen how the company cares for all of the employees. On a weekly basis, we have higher up Unify or employees and who are constantly coming into the station, checking on all of our employees, making sure all of our employees are well taken care of, and we constantly have people coming around, making sure that we all know how to do our job. We're familiar with the company policies, and they're just really making sure that we're helping out all of the customers, as well as we can. So I want to be a part of that.
Yeah, so that company culture is really just kind of what you care about. Good, good. We like to hear that. Um, more about you. What do you feel like are some of your greatest strengths personally, just within the workplace?
I would say my greatest strengths is my flexibility on my schedule. I don't have school or anything outside of work, so I'm able to put in a lot of extra hours and I just have a really flexible schedule and it's they my managers and supervisors, they can count on me to come in when they need it. So I would say that my flexibility would be one of my greatest.
Being available and being kind of
Yeah.
willing to do that. Okay, good, good. What about your weaknesses? Are there certain things that you find yourself struggling in the workplace?
I would say since we do, our job is customer service and working at the airport, we do have lots of delays, we have a lot of cancellations, and there's a lot of times when we can't help out our passengers as well as we need to be. And so one of my greatest weaknesses is when I know that I'm not able to help out a passenger as well as I should be able to, due to the company policies and me following the policies, I would say that sometimes I take the anger and the frustration from the passengers maybe a little personally.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know how that can be. Can feel like that myself sometimes. So that's understandable for sure. Um, what's a time that you maybe had to adapt and change what you're doing to overcome a challenge or a project? It might be in a scenario like that where you have customer difficulties and that kind of thing.
So there's a lot of times when me and my coworkers have to work on projects together, whether it be sorting through baggage delays and making sure that all of our employees or all of our customers are getting their bags back after a delay, or whether we do have a lot of rebookings we have to do due to cancellations or delays. I find myself having to adjust my work style and how I like to do things to make it work with my coworkers. So I a lot of the times when we just have, big projects that we have to work on, I have to adapt the way I like to do things so that it works out for everyone who's in my team.
Good, good. So it sounds like you have a lot of flexibility between more than just the schedule, right? You're flexible in kind of what you do all on the job. Um, we like to hear that. What are your long-term career goals? Do you plan on
So
staying
I would
here
like to
long?
keep working with this company and eventually become a trainer for Unify. I would like to be one of the upper people who, fly around, station to station and make sure that the station's operating well and make sure all the employees know what they're doing and they know how, they know a lot about our company policy because, being um, an agent for the first time, that was one of the biggest things that stood out to me about the company. So I want to be a part of that and be one of the people who's making a difference for our company.
Very cool. So you like that in the company working there and want to kind of,
Yeah.
follow that same path. I like that. I appreciate that. What are your past job duties been like? If you could kind of go into detail about what your maybe your day in and day out working here previously has been like.
So day to day, I check in the passengers who are going out on their flights. I help them check in their bags. I help them with rebookings. I work the gates and I'll board passengers on their flights. I'll clean the aircraft, and I'm constantly working with the pilots and the flight attendants to get the aircraft, prepared for all of the passengers and make sure it's cleaned and it's sanitary and everything. And then I also work with a lot of problems such as delayed flights, lost luggage, and a lot of other things like that. Um, so yeah, mainly just helping passengers and making sure that the flights go out on a good time.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. How do you handle stress and pressure when you have, when you have situations like that are stressful?
So when I'm dealing with an intense or a stressful situation, I always keep the company's policies in mind, and that's how I base my reaction, is based off of the company's policy and how they want us to handle these situations. Because the policies that we have in place, are there for a very specific reason, to deal with conflict, and the policies are set to help offer a solution to these problems.
Good. Okay. That's what I'd like to hear. What's a time when you've maybe had to help a frustrated customer, or when you've been under that kind of pressure and have had to adhere to company policy in that kind of way?
So a lot of the times when we have very frustrated customers, it is because we have a delayed or a canceled flight. And I'm always able to help them out by helping them with rebooking or offering them accommodations when necessary. But there's a lot of other times when we have frustrated passengers, like when a passenger misses their bag cutoff. We have a very strict policy on sending down late bags, and if we have a passenger who comes up past our bag cutoff, it and tries to check in bags, it puts our ramp crew at a position where they might have a delay the flight because of late luggage going down. So I always make sure that I help passengers rebook, and I explain to them what the policy is for our airline. That way they're able to learn from their mistake, and we can help them get rebooked and everything at no cost.
Okay. Fantastic. What do you feel like so far, whether it's in your current position or previously, what do you feel like is your biggest professional accomplishment, the thing you're most proud of?
I would say my biggest professional accomplishment has been getting into this industry that I had so much passion for, and getting the opportunity to be able to work up in the company and be a part of the company and make a difference for all the new people.
Good, good. We like to hear that. What skills or qualities do you have that you feel like will really benefit you in the future as you continue working here?
So I think one of my greatest qualities in the workplace is my ability to remain calm and level-headed in these stressful situations with frustrated passengers or other employees who maybe don't know the company policies and all that. I think that I am able to not stress out too much and react with the company policy, and I'm able to not let my stress get ahead of me, and I'm still able to do the job and do it well.
So you kind of shared that long term you want to get into a trainer position. When do you see that happening for you? Do you see yourself, where do you see yourself in the company in 5 years?
So I wanted to start off with becoming a supervisor and helping perfect my station, and making sure that my station's running well and everyone knows pretty much everything that they need to know about the job. I want to help training all the new employees that we get at our station. But after about 5 years, I would like to see myself becoming a corporate trainer for everyone getting into the job, and helping train supervisors and managers so they're able to really train all of their employees at their stations as well as they can. So pretty much the whole company is running smooth.
Okay. Yeah, we like being able to know kind of what you feel like your immediate and future goals are. Did you have anything you disliked about your current or last position? What was your least favorite part about it?
I would say my least favorite part about my last position that I definitely struggled in was the situations where we have delays or whatever, that I can't get a passenger where they need to go the day they need to be there. I know a lot of people aren't traveling for vacation and for fun purposes. A lot of people travel when they have a death in the family, or when they have a job interview, or they have a surgery. And so it's always really hard not being able to get people where they need to go the day they need to be there. especially because, you know, they paid a lot of money for that. And a lot of times there's a lot of serious reasons that people are traveling. So when I'm not able to get someone where they need to go, you know, that's very hard. And that would definitely be my least favorite part about my last position.
Gotcha. And yeah, we take that kind of thing pretty seriously. Because obviously we care about our customers here. What do you feel like customer service means to you? And why is good customer service so important here? Why is that important to you?
So I would say that customer service is extremely essential for our company. You know, a customer service agent, they're able to either make or break a customer's experience. The customer is going to leave and they are going to talk about either their negative or their positive experience when flying with us. And so making sure that all of our employees are, you know, trained properly and, um, you know, really able to help out all of our customers is so important because, um, you know, that's what's going to be what they tell their friends about, what they tell their family about, and what their experience is with our company.
Gotcha. Okay, so I feel like we have I've got a good understanding of how you feel about, about the company and about the customers. What about working with your fellow employees? What's maybe a time that you've had to deal with a problem involving another employee or a conflict at work?
So I think that our station has a very strong employee, you know, a very strong group of employees. Everyone knows a lot about the job and everyone does their part. But I would say that there have been a few times where we've had employees who maybe struggle with motivation at work and wanting to, you know, who maybe some days don't want to work as hard as they should be. And it really puts the company in a bad position with, in terms of, you know, having flight delays because of employees who aren't where they need to be. And so when I see that happening, I always try to reach out to the employee and try to, you know, help them out when they are overwhelmed, when they're stressed, when they need their help. But I also try to remind them that, you know, it's a team and we all need to make sure that we're pulling our weight and doing our part. And if there has been a time when it has gotten kind of out of hand with some of our employees, and we've had to reach out to our manager and, you know, say they need to make sure that everyone's doing their part so the operation can run as smooth as possible.
Good. Okay. Yeah, we try to have the culture and the bond between employees, work well and run smoothly. And it's good to hear that you care about and value that. What's an example of a difference that you see yourself making in this workplace? That might be in the future looking at becoming a trainer. And what do you feel like you have to add that you could really see yourself changing things and helping things around here?
So I see myself being very valuable, working as a higher up position in this company because of my flexibility. Like I said before, I feel like that's something that's just very important because, you know, when there are delays and the flights need to stay, you know, flights are, you know, staying in the station for hours longer than they need to, or a day longer than they need to, we need to have more employees there to work these flights when there's still the regular schedule going on. And so I think that, you know, I would offer a lot of value because of my willingness and ability to come in on the days when they need the extra help to make sure, you know, the operation is running smoothly, but also just when the extra help is needed. So whether it's because someone wasn't able to make it to work that day or there was a delay, or, you know, it could be a million different reasons, but I'm always able to come in on days that I'm not supposed to be there, or stay late on days that I am there, come in early. And I would say that would be my most valuable asset that I'll bring to the table.
Okay, great. And I think our time's almost up, so I just have one more question for you. Is there a time that you feel like you've needed to speak up about something within the company? I know you've said before that, having frustrations with not being able to accommodate customers in certain ways due to company policy. Is there a time that you feel like you've had to speak up about an issue?
Yeah, so there was a time that I felt like I needed to kind of step in and have a serious conversation with one of our managers about how it was running in the station. And it was just because I just noticed some of our employees did not really know and understand a lot of our company policies. Um, and so I went to my manager and talked to my manager about how I thought it was important that we sent out some sort of informational you know, some sort of information to all of the employees so they're able to familiarize themselves with the company policies and with the job description. That way they were able to best help all of our customers. So I would say I stepped in when I knew that the operation wasn't running as smoothly with the solution as to how it could be running better.
Fantastic. That's good to hear. Well, thanks for your time. It was nice meeting you, and we will get back to you soon.
Awesome. Thank you.